everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for a cherry on top crafts, and today I'm using the cherry box to create a layout with it. So I've actually just pulled out a couple pieces of this box. I pulled out the sticker sheet from the Simple Stories Simple Vintage 'Tis the Season collection, and I've pulled out the little die cuts as well. So I'm mainly focusing on red since my photo here of my baby girl, my husband, has red for her outfit. So I was going to originally put some rub-ons from 49 and Market with this, but I ended up only using one of those, I think. So I'm gonna make some people cringe right now by cutting some of these stickers off my sticker sheet, I'm sure. But sometimes I like to do things this way where I can just cut off the stickers that I want from a sticker sheet and just kind of lay everything out on my background paper to see kind of where I want to lay everything and where I want to position all of my elements before I actually glue anything down. So I'm actually not committing to anything just yet. I'm just arranging things to see where I want everything to go. So I'm just cutting a few pieces off of that sticker sheet, and then I have this little pack of die cut ephemera that comes with the cherry box as well. So I'm going to use that little holly cluster there at the top, and I was kicking around using some of these berries and some of these little poinsettia flowers, but I ended up not really using a whole lot of that. I am going to use that little clip on the top of my photo from the sticker sheet, and I'm going to just choose that one wordy piece from the rub-ons, but I actually swap it out for a black one instead of red. And then I decided I really wanted to create a nice starry background, so I just went ahead and die cut a whole bunch of stars from papers from my stash. I think those are actually by the 49 Market collection that's most recent as well. I think it's called Evergreen something, but I'll link this stuff below so that you don't have to try to remember the names. And if you want to grab anything from the shop, I'll have all that linked down below in the description, as well as that cherry box too. But I went ahead and die cut all these little stars to just kind of create a little focal point for my layout and just make them kind of cascading down the layout. And then I am going to do some machine stitching on the layout. See, that's all done now. I just ran that across my sewing machine back and forth a million times. And now I have my photo matted with some smooth white cardstock. And then I'm just going to build up the layers around my photo. So I'm just using my scraps that I used from the papers where I did my die cutting on those stars, and I am just using that to back my photo and just build up those layers. I'm not super perfect about it. I just want some of these pretty patterns to peek out around my photo, so I'm just layering them up on either side and up and down and just kind of wherever they fit in there, and then just roughing the edges up with my fingernails. Then I wanted to add this cute little scallop sticker here from the sticker sheet, so I went ahead and cut a strip of that to add to the right side of my photo there. I'm going to go ahead and stick this down at this point. This little holly cluster is perfect for the top of my photo along with that little clippy, so I'm going to use that up there along with that little cute ornament along the side somewhere here. And I've pulled out that red wordy bit that's from the rub-on sheet, but I'm actually going to swap it out here in a minute and use one that's black instead. So here I'm just pulling out some additional sticker pieces from this sticker sheet that I think I might want to use. I'm going to end up pulling off a bunch of those stars and sprinkling them on my layout as well. But before I dive too deep into this, I wanted to pull out some canvas Flair to use on this, so I've pulled out a couple of those. And then I'm also going to grab some black Heidi Swapp Color Shine to add some black splatters to my layout before I start sticking a lot of this stuff down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in a second here. And that way I can get those splatters on there kind of underneath all of these elements. Here's where I ended up swapping out that red wordy bit that's the rub-on and exchanging it for the black one instead, which is going to go nicer, I think, with that little elf canvas flare. So I'm going to put that down at the bottom. There's my splattering coming in. When I use the tip of the bottle like that to do my splatters, it's pretty controlled, so I don't typically cover up my photo or do anything like that. I just kind of keep my hand there so I don't get splatters on my photo. I'm going to place this canvas flare and my wordy bit down at the bottom underneath my photo. I've added a little title there at the bottom of my photo from the sticker sheet, and I'm just popping up some of these elements using some 3D foam squares, and then I will stick my flare, canvas flare, down as well. Hi, baby girl. And then I'm just going to add a whole bunch of these word phrases from this sticker sheet that is just going to go up and down my whole layout because I wanted these stars and the stitching to kind of be the anchor point for them. I really love wordy bits like this and phrases to add to my layouts, so I just thought it would be perfect and go perfectly with that stitching. So I'm just pulling off a whole bunch of these little phrases and just adding them to this whole section of my layouts. And I really, really love to kind of cluster scrapbook and keep everything kind of tidy but kind of crazy at the same time, if that makes sense. So I like to have that balance where I kind of keep everything together, but yet I like to create those clusters as well. So I'm just adhering my rub-on here with, it's actually an envelope tool. It's actually a bone folder, but I really like it for adhering rub-ons because it's a little bit bigger than the ones that typically come in the package. So I like to use that. And then here I'm just using some of those 3D foam squares to pop up some of these stars. I'm going to add a whole bunch of these stars from the sticker sheet just to kind of fill in little places and areas on this layout and just add a little bit more of just pops of color basically. So I did really try to stick with that red theme because of the red in my photo, but I really liked the little pops of other colors in here as well with the tans and the greens. So super Christmas layout for me. I don't typically do a whole lot of Christmas layouts, but I'm doing quite a few this year, surprisingly. I'm also working with a December daily album as well. So I've got a lot of things going on this year that I don't typically do, but I'm really having a lot of fun with. I'm going to grab some thread here at this point and just pop some in behind my epoxy flare, or not epoxy flare, my canvas flare. And I like to use glue dots to do that. So I put a glue dot on the flare and then I put my thread in behind that and then another glue dot to adhere to the layout itself. That way everything sticks together nicely. It's all sandwiched in there and nothing's going to move or shift. And it's going to stay together on my layout for a long time. So I've got that part done. I'm going to tuck some more thread in here. So I really like to use thread just for another pop of texture and just little pops of color. So I'm going to add a little bit behind some of these other elements there, like that little ornament. And I'm going to trim that tail off at the top because I didn't like how it was laying. So that's pretty much going to be it for this layout. I'm going to pop down all the links below in the description for you in case you want to grab anything from the cherry shop, like that beautiful cherry box that I used today. I actually kind of split my cherry box into two different kits. So I have one that focuses mainly on the blues in the kit, and then this one here that focuses on the reds of the kit. So I basically have two kits out of just the one cherry box. So here is the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this process today, and I hope I've inspired you to create something beautiful. And I hope you're enjoying your holiday season. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for being here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.